Welcome back everyone. The Darkling Thrush written by Thomas Hardy, video number 2, part 2. In this video also we have a lot of multiple choice questions and kindly watch both the videos so that you can have a better understanding of the poem. Come on, let us begin. Question 20. And every spirit upon earth seemed fervorless as I. What is the common attitude suggested in these lines? Common attitude. Everyone is depressed and lacks passion. Everyone is helpless. Everyone is waiting for salvation. Everyone is dumbfounded. The right answer, everyone is depressed and lacks passion. 21. If the landscape is like centuries' corpse, the clouds are like crypt, what is the wind like? Hopeful song, death lament, full-hearted even song or ecstatic sound. The right answer, death lament. Question 22. What is a complete antithesis to what everything else in the poem represents, that is desolation, bleakness, despair and hopelessness? The thrush speaks of hope, joy and change. Flowers bloom, birds chirp, snow melts. So what is the complete antithesis, that is contrast? Option A, the thrush speaks of hope, joy and change. Question 23. At once a voice arose among. Identify the poetic device. Simile, consonance, assonance, alliteration. The right answer, assonance. Repetition of similar vowel sounds. O, once, a, voice, O, arose, A and O, among, A, O. O and A sounds are repeated. What is crypt? Tomb, scripture, coffin or grave. Crypt is tomb. Option A. Question 25. What has shrunken, hardened, dry? Bark of trees, corpse, life's vibrancy or bleak twigs. The right answer, option C, life's vibrancy. The ancient pulse of germ and birth was shrunken, hardened, dry. Now, what is the speaker's attitude in the ancient pulse of germ and birth was shrunken, hard and dry? He is optimistic, he is indifferent, he is angry or he is pessimistic. He is pessimistic. Option D. Question 27. Where did the voice rise from? Coppice Gate, earth or dreary and frosty twigs overhead, land's sharp features. At once a voice arose among the bleak twigs overhead. The right answer, option C, dreary and frosty twigs overhead. What was so special about the song of the bird? Here is a slight spelling mistake. It will be bird, B-I-R-D. It was a morning prayer. It was an evening prayer with limitless joy. It was a birthday song. It was as beautiful as the song sung by a cuckoo. The right answer, it was an evening prayer with limitless joy. Option B. In a full-hearted even song of joy illimited. 29. Which adjective is not used to describe the bird? Let us see. Aged, gaunt, shrunken or small. The right answer is shrunken. Option C. An aged thrush, frail, gaunt and small, in blast beruffled plume. So we do not have shrunken. Next. Question 30. What does a thrush not symbolize? Remember this, not. Optimism, hope, joy or beauty. Definitely the right answer is beauty. Option D. 31. Which of the following is an example of onomatopoeia? An example of onomatopoeia. Cause for carolings, dregs made, desolate, such ecstatic sound or blast, be ruffled. The right answer is option D, blast, be ruffled. 32. What does a full-hearted even song allude to? Popular music, Christian church, love poem or Greco-Roman music? It is easy. The words a full-hearted even song allude to Christian church. Option B. Next, 33. Which of the following is not an example of visual imagery? Wind his death lament, bleak twigs overhead, the cloudy canopy, weakening eye of day. The right answer, wind his death lament, is not an example of visual imagery. Question 34. Which of the following is an example of hyperbole? And what is hyperbole? It is exaggeration. And all mankind had haunted nigh, had sought their household fires, and every spirit upon earth seemed fervorless as I. At once a voice arose among the bleak twigs overhead, had chosen to fling his soul upon the growing gloom. The right answer, an example of hyperbole, is, and every spirit upon earth seemed fervorless as I. He is exaggerating here. He is so disappointed, so frustrated that he is exaggerating, that every spirit is as depressed as the speaker. Question 35. What according to you is the subject matter of the song? A song of farewell, a hymn of gratitude for the good things that have been, a reassurance of good things that are to usher in, or none of the above? The right answer is none of the above, D. And why is it so? The thrush's song is an enigma, and the poet marvels at the blessed hope or knowledge the bird has. There are no straight answers. Does the thrush sing a song of farewell, a hymn of gratitude for the good things that have been, or does he sing of hope, a reassurance of good things that are to come? Like the poet, like the speaker, we can only wonder. Keep our hearts open and just be glad that there is a reason to be happy at all. What is the significance of the metaphor strings of broken lyres? It suggests that song is the only way to bring the world back to life. It suggests that poetry is also dying. It suggests that classical poetry is no longer significant, or it suggests that world is fragmented. The right answer is, it suggests that poetry is also dying. Option B. Next, which of the following best expresses the tone of the speaker in the darkling thrush? Happy, optimistic, cynical, indifferent, pessimistic, despairing, or sad and weak? The right answer, pessimistic, despairing, option C. What is cloudy canopy? Question 38. Sky, shroud, sun, or stars? The right answer, sky. The speaker compares the landscape's sharp features to the end of the year, the end of the century, a corpse, two broken lyres. The right answer, option C, a corpse. What are the poetic devices? There are two of them used in Blast, Beruffled, Plume. Alliteration and consonance, alliteration, alliteration and assonance or simile. The right answer is option A, alliteration and consonance. Alliteration is a type of consonance. Here is an instance where the two overlapped. Blast, beruffled, plume. We have blast, beruffled, that is alliteration and consonance. Why is it so? Blast, BL, beruffled, B and L, and plume, L. So, the consonant L is repeated. Which one is an example of alliteration? Ancient pulse, death lament, growing gloom, household fires. What does the expression fling his soul mean? Express his ideas, write poetry, sing with all his soul, or torture someone? Right answer, sing with all his soul. Option C. 43. So little cause for carolings of such ecstatic sound was written on terrestrial things afar or nigh around. What figure of speech is used in the quoted passage? The first line, cause for carolings. Alliteration, metaphor, repetition or simile? Very easy. Option A, alliteration. Cause C and carolings also C. Now what are terrestrial things? Earthly event or cause, wealth, power, beauty or people? The right answer, option A, earthly event or cause. The next question, the singing of the bird is compared to Christian prayer, Christmas carols, Christmas gifts, crucifixion of Christ. The right answer, Christmas carols. Option B. And I was unaware. What was the speaker unaware of? Cause for such joyful singing. Knowledge the bird has, blessed hope, or all of the above. The right answer is all of the above. 6. That I could there trembled through. What is a figure of speech, alliteration, hyperbole, simile, or irony? The right answer, alliteration. Option A. Which is not an antiquated term? Darkling, corpse outland, coppice gate, or corpse? The word darkling is an antiquated term, and coppice gate, corpse outland employ similarly antiquated, seemingly out of place vocabulary. The use of outmoded or even invented vocabulary is one of Hardy's stylistic hallmarks, the characteristics which make his poetry sound unique. In the title of The Darkling Thrush, Hardy revives the word darkling and uses it slightly differently. So, corpse is not an antiquated term. Please check the description box for all the links and the playlist, and also wait for our other videos which will be uploaded soon.